Aloha. I'm Kimo Hussey, and I'm here with my good friend Manny Halican.
Aloha.
We're both in the Ukulele Guild of Hawaii, spending some time this afternoon just having fun with ukulele, and thought you might enjoy a comparison of three ukuleles that were made. All three of these ukuleles were made by Eric DeVine, who lives on Maui. And the reason why we thought it would be fun for us to share these three ukuleles with you is to address a thought. And the thought is there is no one single instrument that is the ultimate ukulele. And because of that, what's important is for us to develop our own tastes. I would call it, Manny,
Yeah.
in ukulele, because just the difference between like high G and low G, for example, is a matter of preference in sound. In my mind, has
Yeah.
nothing to do with being objective. What do you think?
I think a lot of the ukulele is a personal preference
Oh yeah,
to the guy who plays the ukulele. What preference he wants,
yeah,
what he wants out of the ukulele.
right.
Yeah.
So, can you just play that tuning just okay, once more? And so you see, that is what we call a high G tuning, and this is a low G tuning. So you can hear the differences in the sound. Once more, Manny. As opposed to. So anyway, let me first tell the people how I see the differences in these sound, and then you can do the same, Manny. Start with that one. For me, the emphasis on that overall sound is more high and bright,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine. Uh, I prefer the sound of this string being down an octave because I like the sound of low and mellow as opposed to high and bright. What do you think?
I feel the same way too.
Cool.
Um, I have a hard time getting around the high G.
Yeah.
I'm so used to playing low G. Yeah, I really don't know what to do with the high G.
Yeah.
That's just personal.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, let's show something else in comparison. What I'm going to do is just I'll start with this uke first, and I'll leave this out and just go with these
mhm.
top three strings. We play that again. Now do the same on your uke, Manny.
Okay.
And the reason why we do this is to show you that the sound is exactly the
Exactly
same.
the same.
And so the other side of that is to show you what a huge difference it makes when we use a high G as opposed to a low G. Let's play the sounds again of the high G, higher and brighter, as opposed to a little bit lower and
Mhm.
mellower.
Yeah.
Okay, let's use another uke. And before we get to this uke, Manny, tell us in the building process,
Mhm.
is there any difference in building the uke if you know you're going to use like a high G string as opposed to a low G string?
Personally, for myself, no. You build it as you experience building.
Uh-huh.
As time goes on,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of figure, um, try to produce the sound, the tone bars
Uh-huh.
that produces the sounds
Uh-huh.
and the vibrations. Uh, Try to develop something that you're comfortable with and you have good projection.
Right.
So the high G and the low G is something that you decide when you wanna string up, not bracing the
Right.
instrument, but it's
Ah.
around stringing up time. You can decide. Um,
So that means that you can change from high to low and low to high.
yeah, it's just it has an inverted saddle. So normally, what they do with when they invert the saddle, they go for a low G,
Right.
and the when they don't invert the saddle, it's tend to be a high G.
Right.
So, but there's builders that like Mike Chalk, he developed a saddle that is reversible.
Oh, so theoretically, it changes. It the scale is adjusted because of the thickness of the string.
Yeah, the thickness of the string, the thicker the string, the scale should be longer.
Right. Oh boy. Okay. Um, okay. Let's go with a different sound now, because do your tuning thing again. And here comes the second uke we did. And the third one sounds like this. So what is the difference between these two and this one? And basically, it's pitch.
Yeah.
Because rather than G, C, E, A, this ukulele is tuned F, B flat, D, and G. Why? Because this ukulele has a different scale. The scale is a little bit longer than the regular tenor, and when you do that, if you tune it the same to G, C, E, A, the strings become really, really tight. So in order to alleviate that, what Eric did was just lower the pitch, lower the tuning, and that tuning and this sound
Awesome.
is what is my preferred sound with regard to the ukulele. Because remember, one of the things I like is low and mellow, and so despite the fact that this is lower and mellower than that one, this is lower and mellower than even this one. Here comes the difference again. As opposed to this. So again, the reason for the difference is the length and scale. But basically, the defining thought is just preference and preference in sound. Because in my mind, based on sounds, that you like is just a matter of preference. What do you think?
I think it's all personal.
Yeah.
The whole thing is all personal.
Yeah, and what we haven't been able to do is to show you an example of other ways that you can change the sound of the ukulele. But we'll just mention some. One is like a 5-string ukulele.
Yeah.
And what are other things that a builder can do to change the sounds of ukuleles?
You can put the sound ports different places. Play with the thickness of the plates, and the sound bracing on the inside has a lot to do with sound.
Oh, so it what that means is that because of all these differences that the builder can choose from, in effect, does the builder have kind of like a sound that you prefer when you build your instruments?
My sound is mellow, low and mellow, and and my
Yeah,
ukuleles tend to come out that way.
Yeah, okay.
So when I started building, I got that in early builds. I got that sound, and I'm still building pretty much the same way, same thicknesses, and then the ukuleles just come out the same, pretty
Right.
close to same. They're not exact, but
Yeah,
they
sure.
come close.
Sure, and actually with you as a builder, it's just as much a preference, a kind of a direction in sound that you go toward,
Yeah.
as it is with the player. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Um, let me show the people. Uh, Let me use that uke real quick. What I'm gonna do, is play the same passage, just a short passage, from T42, for example, and I'll play the very same passage on all three of these ukes, just to share with you the difference. The difference in sound. And again, the reason why we're doing this is not a comparison of which is best. The reason why we do this is to show you that with a quality builder, it's important, I think, to collaborate or move toward a builder whose sound that you like, in order to get the sound that best suits you, that you like the best. Because when you do that, your music will come out better. Okay, so here comes the same passage in all three ukes. Okay, now we try with that one. No, I'm sorry, we try with this one. Okay. Amazing, huh? Okay. Now we'll go with the granddaddy. See, so it makes for an incredible difference in sound. And again, we don't do this so that we try and select what sound is best. We do this to show you that ukulele has many different sounds. And one of the wonderful things about ukulele is that you, just like us, can choose the sound that you prefer, number one, or learn beyond the sounds that you've already chosen. So, what do you think of all these changes?
It's it's a good choice to pick from. Whatever you feel you like play, whatever music you want to play, is a good choice to pick from.
Yeah, um, and so in terms of the building process, yeah, things like longer scale, a longer scale, you gotta deal with that. But basically, building wise, there's not a whole lot of difference in how you build a uke, with maybe the exception of a tiny bit on the scale, between a high G and a low G. Yes.
Yeah.
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 Okay. And I wanted to tell the audience one more thing about this one because of the added scale length. What we did was to reduce the pitch one full step, so that it wouldn't be so tight. But also, the strings are basically tenor strings that are just reduced. And one of the things that I used to do when I was a kid, I'm still a kid, but anyway, one of the things I used to do is play around with different tunings. Just playing with the ukulele. It's just a wonderful way to go. And again, we're just talking about different sounds. Speaking of different sounds, one of the things that we can do is add to a different sound by adding some vocals. Number one, And number two, what we can do is create different sound by playing two of these. We can only play two at a time because because Manny and I don't have enough hands to play three at a time. But we'll play two of these. How about if we play that one and this one? Okay. And we'll also add some. Got it.
Yeah.
We'll also add some vocals. We're gonna do. What are we doing, Manny?
Kawaii. Kawaii. Aloha.
Not lay nani.
Lenani at the end.
First.
Oh, Lenani first, okay. In F. F.
Okay. Go ahead, brother.
Auhe avale oe, ku'uleinani, o imai no kaua, la e pili.
Anaho, aloha.
Auhe avale oe, ku'uleinani, o imai no kaua, la e pili. Pani. Hainai amai, anna kapuana, hoi mai no kaua, la e pili.
Hainaho.
Hainai amai, anna kapuana, oi mai no kaua, la e pili.
That was fun. So we're talking about differences in sound. Sometimes we may think, the only tool we have in terms of differences in sound is high G and low G. Oh, not so, because we can change the tuning a little bit. We can use or play a 5-string uke, a 6-string uke, an 8-string uke, a baritone uke, and all of these have different sounds for us to enjoy. In addition to that, we can add vocals, play in ensemble, play in duets or trios, in our ukulele club. So one of the many wonderful things about ukuleles is that the combinations that can result in pleasurable sounds that we enjoy are infinite. They're infinite combinations and things that we can do in order to do that, which I think is really neat. The wonderful thing, one other wonderful thing about that is we cannot have just one ukulele.
Yeah.
have to have several, which is good for guys like you. We need for you to keep building, Manny. What do you think?
Yeah, that's building is my passion. Even if nobody wants it, I'm gonna build it.
Good for you. And the wonderful thing about that is that as many ukuleles and as many different ukuleles that you build, There are lots and lots of people who would just love to play those ukuleles, like me. Okay, let's play out one last one.
Okay.
What you want to do?
In C.
In C.
Kawaii.
Okay.
Manny.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Okay.
Go ahead, brother.
Aloha e au I kuaina I ke kukila kila o hai ale ale
Aloha.
Aloha e au I kuaina I ke kukila kila o hai ale ale ai
Idaho.
Aina ia mai ana ka puana Uana ni ka ua I ka mai
Remember, the combinations of sounds that we are able to enjoy through ukulele are infinite. Have fun. Aloha.
Aloha